Good evening everyone, welcome back to Witch in the Woods here on the Yogscast Complete Pack server. And, yeah, let me grab this because I'm probably going to need this in a sec. So, I did a bit of working, and there were some comments that gave me some clues as to how I might actually automate the ember moss and the glintweed. There isn't really much of any reason for me to actually automate the glintweed because it's not actually used in basically anything. But the ember moss I have gotten, and it is all going into here. Same system basically as I've got for the Spanish moss. The flux infused omni wrench, whether it has power or not, functions as shears. So those are just grabbing it whenever it spreads onto this sand. I swear it used to spread on grass. I distinctly recall the forest being, like the forest floor just being coated with it. But, nope, apparently not. So we are now, thankfully, procuring ember moss on an infinite basis. And let me see there, we've got 364. Nice. So we have a grand total now of 38. And that should hopefully keep climbing just as much. But either way, that's way more than I need right now anyways. Let's see, what else has been going on? Well, I finally got around to automating lava. So I've got a magma crucible here, which is just receiving cobblestone. That automatically fills up from a extra utility system. So that's then filling me into this, and this just then tells it, hey, you can make lava here. So that allows us to craft our attuned stones infinitely. It means we don't have to worry about that anymore. And the finale is that we have the Witch Eye Ravens. I managed to get them to actually receive the DNA and the genetic coding and such. Turns out my main goof was I killed the raven I got the vial from, and they are in fact entity specific, not just entity type specific. So if you take blood from a skeleton, you can only re-inject it into that skeleton. So keep that in mind when you're working with genetics. But he's got all of the actual little pieces that we are interested in, so that's on our list for today. But let me see, what have I got? Ember moss done. Witch Eye Ravens, I need to deliver those. And of course there is discussion of the homework. But we are going to be talking to Winston today. So if you remember, I told the Three-Crowned King that I needed to have a word with the different bosses, and that includes Winston. So, need to bring him along, and then I might need his heart. He won't give it willingly, I'm sure, but I need it. So anyways, let's check it out. What do we need? What do we need? Let me see, that tick, by the way, is just my iron and gold counts being checked. So we need Refined Evil, a Blaze Rod, an Ender Pearl, and an Attuned Stone, one of which must be charged, as well as 3,000 Altar Power, that is at 5,215, so we are quite comfortable there. Okay, let's grab that. Refined Evil, the system knows how to craft because you use it in our Drop of Luck, so it's going to run through and grab that. Let's see, what was that again? Blaze Rod and Ender Pearl. Doop-a-doop-doo. Blaze Rods we can craft from our Blaze Essence, which I should probably put back on growing, because it's a 480 right now. That's not really a big issue. Meanwhile, Ender Pearls, let me see, where are they? Ooh, apparently got an overflow on the Ender Seeds. They are at 10,439. Now, of course, only 9 stacks get stored in the external storage of the engine, but, you know, that's still quite a bit. So let's just stick the pieces that we have in here. Don't have enough graspers for everything in here. I can craft those later. Those aren't a huge problem. Oh, actually, I need to charge one of these, and also these are not the proper sigils. Right, so, what is it for charging an attuned stone? Because I do not, for the life of me, remember. Right, binding, glitch transformation, binding, charging. Glowstone dust, redstone, wood ash, and quicklime. So let's see, I've definitely got that much. Glowstone dust, let's grab a couple of this. Redstone dust, ash. Oh, that's a pile of ashes. Wood ash. Oh, apparently I only have the one wood ash. Okay. That's fine. I can just order up some... Let me see. Into rebirth, I think it is. And that will be... Yeah, that will give us plenty. Let me just order up a bunch of that. And it can just stick that. And that'll get us a whole bunch of the wood ash, because it's going to go through our big system. Right. Does I have any... I don't have any quicklime. Okay. Need 2 quicklime. Thank you. And ash. Ash is coming in slowly, I imagine. Quicklime is made from the wood ash, so there we go. Okay. And just as long as I have your attention, Mr. AE system, I need a couple more attuned stones. Thank you. Right. Doop, 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 doop. I have to right-click it twice to turn one of them off. Okay. Perfectly timed there, apparently. But I will turn on my particles a little bit. I don't have them on usually because of the night vision that I keep getting, but you know, we'll put them on for a bit. Okay. Doesn't that look a lot more atmospheric? Gets a bit messed up by the sky blocks, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Okay, are you holding up? Perfect. We only need about 3,000, I think. And have we got the attuned stones? We does, right? And now we need the Infernal chalk. This one is a bit trickier. Hang on. But I think I have a recipe for the chalks, actually. There we go. Requires gypsum. And we need to bind our current glyphs into a circle. So let me see. I think it's actually like the first one. There we go. Redstone, circle talisman, done. So, circle talisman, bit of redstone. I'm gonna need the golden chalk in a second as well. Oh, the life of a witch. The life of a witch. What is it they say? No rest for the wicked. Okay, so I've already got one in here for like full overwear, so now I've got one for full white. Okay, stick that there. Get you off there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Do I actually need all of this for what I'm thinking of? Vanishing, summoning. 7 by 7, 15 by 15. Okay. So it's just the outermost one. Let's just grab that then. Now, if I was the slightest bit concerned, I might actually combine a few circles. But Winston doesn't worry me. It worries me less than the Freak-Iron King, actually. But don't tell him I said that, because, you know, I may need to get something from him today. Teensy bit of lag, it looks like. I think we'll be okay. One thing I have realized, actually, is one way that I could manage to automate the acquisition of tall grass. Some of you suggested a bone meal plant, not much like... Well, not much unlike the way that Gar is doing, not too long ago. But the witchery Trents, the witchery Ents, the tree folk, they actually have a sort of a bone meal effect when they walk over grass. So it's entirely possible that if I can capture one, that I can stick him in a room, name tag him so he doesn't despawn, and then just have discrete areas around him be sheared routinely. So that'd be an interesting one. The trouble is that shearing is a left click, which equates to a punch. So I'd need to make sure that he couldn't walk into it. But that's entirely possible. I'd really like to check that out. But anyways, time for Winston. Suppose I probably should consider at some point finding a villager, but you know, I have other things to get done. Also, the villagers keep running away and screaming, and it's really not very helpful. Okay, so I got my Raymond. which is actually looking a little bit worse for wear, but that's fine. It can't die. So, here's Winston. Hi there. How are you? Dying? Oh, such a pity. Also, I can speak Infernal, you son of a... Ah, boy. I'm gonna have to have a talk. A bit of a longer talk. Winston is not a very chatty guy. But anyways, I will be back in a moment. Right. So, had a bit more chat with Winston. You can understand he is a fairly unpleasant chap, but he understands what's going on now, and he knows to stay out of my way, because, you know, otherwise I'm going to do some very unpleasant things to him. But our next job is this right of something. We're going to call forth an imp, because I have need of the Men of Hell's devices. Now, for this, I'm going to need some demonic blood. So I need... Let me see, what is the distillery recipe for a demonic blood? Diamond vapor. That's fine. We have a bunch of that in stock, actually. There. Because we keep it in stock so that we can keep crafting our... Nope. There we go. We keep it in stock so we can keep crafting our poppets. Now let me see, what can I borrow? Probably just use this one. Okay, so 1 demon heart, 1 diamond vapor, and off you go. Perfect. Okay, so that will hop into our system in due course. Meanwhile, let's hop to the top here. I need a grand total of 4 ravens. And if you can probably guess by the number of taglock kits I've got, I have very specific ideas for them. We are going to need perfect copies here. So, these guys are going to be going to various homes across the server, and they're going to be my eyes and ears, so that I can make sure that everyone is exactly as I would like them to be. I have a list of people in mind, but you'll see that later. It might be the end of the episode, because this could take a while with our impy friend. Okay. 1 more, please. Oop, come on out. Grab you. There we go. 1 more raven, please. If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Auto-Spawner. Which works quite slowly when it's copying someone exactly, but you know. Okay, there we go. Oop, nope, get back here. Thank you. Good boy. Right. So, I can stick this back into the AE system, and I don't have to worry about it for some unspecified period of time. But yeah, I'm going to be taking taglocks of the individual ravens as I put them down, so that later, when I have a crystal ball, we can stare through it and look through their eyes and see exactly what is going on around them. Now, I don't expect them to show up in other people's videos. They might, it's a possibility, but I don't expect them to. They're very stealthy, they're dark, and people probably won't be able to have any clue what they're about when they see them. How's that demon blood coming through? Let's just clear that. Okay, there it is, demonic blood. Ooh, and I'll drop these hearts in as well, if I mind it. And that as well. Right. So, summon an imp. Requires refined evil, ender pearl, a tunestone, demonic blood, and 5,000 power. Whoop, wrong button. Okay, let's... Ooh, we have another refined evil. Huh. Funny, I wonder how that came up. Anyways, so an ender pearl is all we're missing, and there is one other matter when you're calling forth imps, and that is that they are pernicious, greedy little creatures, and you're going to want to have some kind of paperwork for them to sign, because if there's one thing hell loves, it's paperwork. So, let me see, I need... There we are. So this is a very specific kind of pork chop. It is made from rotten flesh, aka zombie brains, in our texture pack, mixed with mutandis, and you can actually cook this into cooked pork chop? But I don't actually know what else you can do with this. So let me see, the main thing that we're worried about... See, that shapeless crafting one. Doesn't look like you can actually eat it, or at least combine it with the Minecam stuff. But we are making a demonic contract, which is right here. So, bloop. Oh, I need more paper. Fortunately, we have plenty of sugarcane. Doop doop. Yoop-a-doop. There we go. And I need one of my tag locks, because I need to contract... Well, I need to... Contract sounds a lot more medical. I need to contract this imp. So if I do this, then demonic contract bound to me. So, let's get our imp on the line. Oh, that's interesting. I'm actually out of wood. Oh well, that's not a problem. Okay. Mr. MP. Flame Imp. Montabulus. Peronail. We have a deal. Very good. Now, if I give him stuff, shinies is his preferred transaction. But you know, I have plenty of shinies, so you to there. Yeah, you gonna keep taking diamonds, or am I gonna have to, like, wait a bit between them? Whoop, where have you gone? Oi, come back here. A secret, what do we have here? Soul of a Hunger Demon. I think I already have this one. Are you going to take more? Yawn? Yawn? Okay, granted I did just grow this stuff, but you know, yawn. Okay, so Soul of a Hunger Demon, there's other things we can do. There are different things that we can unlock using the demonic contracts. So, for example, Melting Touch, Fiery Touch, Fiery Tolerance, Evaporation, all these things. These are Mystic Branch tricks that we can do, but I don't have a Mystic Branch. Now, you're probably wondering, what is my endgame here? Because I've done more or less everything that I'm mostly concerned about. There's about one more person that I really need to deal with. Anyways, before I get sidetracked and ramble a bit, Montabulus here is gonna help me out with death. See, I've pretty much beaten death down now already. I'm immortal. I can't die. There's pretty much no way to kill me. Well, there's one very specific way to kill me. But, you know, I think we really... Death is a very prideful man, and I think that we really need to show him exactly what kind of business we mean.
User left your channel.
Bye. So, with that, over the next couple of episodes, I'm actually going to be doing decorating. To take me down way, way, way on the seriousness. Yeah, I know, decorating. It's sort of it's a hobby, you know. We have it here on the overworld. But yeah, this place needs a few hundred licks of paint, if anything. This place I think looks okay, but it needs a bit more work. This definitely needs more work. Up here looks gorgeous. This place really stands out. So, next couple of episodes, probably we're going to be doing some decor. Nice little laid-back thing, I guess. And then we're going to summon Death, and I'm going to beat him to death. Which I can do, believe it or not. But yeah, that'll be it. And now I'm going to... Yeah, quiet, Montabulus. Jeez. So we talked to Winston, now we've got Montabulus. Homework! Before I move on to delivering my ravens. Homework was the sort of horror anthology VHS. Now, it's a little hard to watch in this day and age because it's old school video technology, like the oldest, almost the oldest of schools. In fact, if it was black and white, it would be pretty much the oldest of schools. But it well, it is based on my childhood. It is old school. Obviously the quality varies because it's shot with different styles. So there's like the glasses cam, which I don't think could actually have existed in the era when this movie is set. Oh yeah, we are climbing up. Good. And then you've got like various tapes and like various things, and like the quality varies in the story and the writing and the acting and stuff between them and all that. And I question why on earth the two lovers would actually film anything of that, because it's basically massive incrimination. But yeah, it's a good thing. The sort of like constant narrative of the robbers going through the house, that's pretty cool. If you, I think probably the one that sticks out. Jeez, he is loud, isn't he? You can hear him down on production level. I think probably the one that sticks out to me the most is the initial one, with, I guess, what can only be described as a vampire, or some kind of just straight up demon. With Lily. That sticks out to me for a number of reasons. Emasculation being among them. But yeah, they're all like fairly interesting. It's like the haunted house. That is a fantastic section of that. Our next bit of horror is going to be a bit of an interesting one, because I believe it is the first time I have ever given a homework that was in fact the sequel of a preceding homework. So what you are watching this time around is the classic movie Dawn of the Dead. So that is George Romero's 1968, I want to say, movie. It is the reason that basically everybody tries to hole up inside of a shopping mall these days whenever the zombie apocalypse hit. Worth looking at. Go check it out. Catch you next time. Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of shadows. Follow, sweet children, I'll show thee the way through all the pain and the sorrows. Weep not, poor children, for life is this way, murdering beauty and passion. Hush now, dear children, it must be this way, to weary of life and deceptions. Rest now, my children, for soon we'll away into the calm and the quiet. Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of